be a little bit different than you've ever seen it before, to number one, leave you entirely better, and to give you something that you can hold on to and take into your business to help you create a better business for yourself. Like, that's my thing, to help you create a better business. All right. With every single thing that I share, with everything that I promote, with everything that I offer, with everything that I create inside of my business, it is designed, right, to not only help me create a better business for myself, right, but to help others be able to create a better business for themselves as well. All right. And so I hope you don't watch, my content in vain. I hope you watch it, right, really looking for something that you can glean to and attach yourself to and begin to use it inside of your own business. All right. So hello, right, to all that are out there. All right. Hello, Premium Coaching for New Tax Pros. Hello. All right, guys. So let's dive into how I started my online business fast. All right. Number one, I decided to sell something. All right. Number one, I decided to sell something. All right. I lucked up and I actually found something that made a whole lot of sense to me. I didn't actually go out there searching for something to sell. I just happened to find something that made a lot of sense for me because it actually taught me how to begin making money online. It actually taught me some of the things that I needed to learn and understand about the right way to set myself up for success online. All right. So number one, right, I actually decided to sell something. I'm always amazed at how oftentimes I will coach people or connect with people, whether it be through a discovery call or a power call, or I'll just begin to work with someone, right? And they literally have like no idea what they want to sell. For me, like, I didn't even begin doing anything, right? It was the thing that I was selling that got me excited about wanting to actually really do this thing, right? And so in having that thing to sell, I didn't even have the perfect setup. Okay, because again, I'm walking you through like how I got started super fast. And when I say like fast, I'm just always amazed at how it will take, like right now we're in June, and I know women that they're still setting up products and things to sell, right? They've been working on them from the first of the year. That's like not giving yourself a fast start. It's giving yourself such a disadvantage, right? Because you're creating no kind of momentum, right? You are allowing it to take way longer than it needs to take, right? To get something out there in front of people and to begin saying, here, like, this is what I have to sell. All right. So the very, very first thing was that I had something to sell and I didn't have the perfect setup. All right. Here's the thing. I knew it wasn't going to be my forever thing. And I think that's such an important note to make, is that oftentimes like people are feeling like whether you choose something to promote, whether you are creating something to promote, a lot of times we want to attach ourselves so hard to it as if it's going to be our forever thing. There are things that I created in my business last year that I no longer sell in my business, right? And so I think for me, like, I just understood that I had my hands on something that was helping me, and it was a great thing to get out there and to begin to help other people with. All right. And so again, I didn't have the perfect setup. Matter of fact, I was literally sending all of my traffic directly from my content right over to the sales page. So I didn't even have, anything to build an email list with. I knew nothing about any of those things, but I had the thing to sell. All right. That's number one. All right. Number two. All right. How I got started in my online business super fast. All right. And that super fast part is really, really important. And I'm sharing this because I want to really, really inspire more women to realize it doesn't need to take as long as you may be thinking that it needs to take. All right. And just to kind of blow any excuses out of the water. All right. I was working full time as a nurse. I often worked overtime. There probably wasn't a week that went by that I did not work some kind of overtime. My kids were very little at the time. So we're talking about still like grammar school age, like kindergarten, third grade, first grade, like right around that age. My husband was wrapping up nursing school. All right. We had a very, very full, busy life. All right. I lived in a tiny little 2-bedroom apartment at the time. Right. So I had to carve in space to build my business when it was quiet. And I had to make use of time when the kids were at school and when the house was quiet and all these different things. I did not have like the perfect scenario to build my business. All right. So I share that because almost everyone that shares excuses with me now has it way better than I had it. Meaning like their conditions are way different, right? They are way better, right, than the conditions that I had. And so I have to share that because I did get a very, very fast start, even without the best of conditions. All right. So number two, right, I got the necessary tools. All right. So how did I get started really, really fast? Number one, right, I picked something to sell. I decided to sell something. One thing, one simple thing. Number two, I got the necessary tools. All right. So I grabbed a webcam. I told my husband, I said, I want to do this online business thing. And I'm watching these people do this stuff on YouTube, right? And I need a camera. So we went down to Walmart and we bought a $34 Logitech webcam, 34, 37, somewhere around that price point webcam, right? A Logitech webcam. We already had a janky little computer laptop, all right? And then I started my YouTube channel, right? And I invested a couple bucks into the thing that I was selling, all right? So that I could actually learn it myself. Okay, so I bought the $5 ebook. Okay, so I had the thing I was selling, right? I invested a couple bucks into a webcam. I already had the janky laptop, right? And then I started a brand new YouTube channel for my business. It was the first YouTube channel I ever had, and I only started it for my actual business. All right. So as you can see here, I didn't go out there and get this really intense tech deck or tech suite or tech stack, right? I didn't go out there and try to spend months and months and months researching, right, all of these different tools and platforms. And should I be over here or should I be over there? And I can't start because I don't know this, right? I got the stuff that I needed so I could get a start, right? Would you agree? I got the stuff that I needed to get a start. I did not want to worry about what I didn't have and what I didn't know. All right. I wanted to get, this just came to me and I have to share it. I wanted to get a fast start. So I did everything to give myself a fast start. Do you want a fast start in your business? Like if you're watching this right now and maybe you really, really haven't like taken off, right? Do you want to take off? Right? Do you want to like be like a rocket? Right? Do you not want to be in the same place next week, right? Or a month from now? Where do you want to be in the next 30, 60, 90 days? I wanted a fast start. So that's what I gave myself. All right. Believe it or not, whatever you want is what you end up getting. Okay. I want you to really think about that for a second. It's not what you give lip service about. It's really what you want. So you may give lip service about, I want to get a fast start. But if month after month you remain in the same spot, you didn't really want to get a fast start because you got exactly what you wanted, right? Which is whatever you were really thinking about, whatever you were really internalizing, whatever you were really taking action on. All right. So it's not lip service, is what we actually do. All right. Number three, okay. How I started my online business super fast. Number three, I gave myself a reason to show up. All right. So I knew that I wanted to go on YouTube and I wanted to do what I saw other people doing because I thought it was such a dope way to build a business. Keep in mind, I came from the network marketing world where I was accustomed to having to go to meetings and bugging family and friends. And at that time, as a nurse, right, I was trying different network marketing companies. So I was like bringing Power Pops and I was bringing all kind of, weight loss juices and things to my job and trying to sell it to my coworkers and things like that. So I came from that background. All right. And so when I came online and I'm like, wait a second, people are making money from YouTube videos. I can do that. And I want to do that. Right. I gave myself a reason to show up. And I don't know where it came from. I was like, I'm just going to put myself on a 100-day to prosperity journey. Right? That was my reason for showing up. And the whole reason that I gave myself that 100-day to prosperity journey is I had something to prove to myself. So it's like I said earlier, right? Just a few minutes ago, I got started super fast because I wanted to get started super fast. I literally, when I think back, even though I knew nothing about the path of least resistance, right? I knew nothing about the fancy words and phrases I use now, right? But I can tell you something, I took the path of least resistance. Did I have a lot of things that could have held me back? Was I fearful because I didn't see other people that looked like me out there doing what I was actually doing and what I wanted to do? Right? Was I fearful thinking that I wasn't qualified to do this stuff? I wasn't qualified to be on YouTube? right? I haven't made a dime. Who am I to get on YouTube and talk about, right, buying something for me? Did I have a lot of reasons? Absolutely, I had a lot of reasons, right? I could not have gone as hard as I did. But again, I got a super fast start. Why? Because I wanted a super fast start, and my actions backed the fact that I wanted a super fast start. So when I gave myself that 100-day of prosperity journey, and that was my reason for showing up for 100 days pretty much straight, is because I had something to prove to myself. I don't share this part of my story a lot, but because I had had such a background of failure in business, all right, wasted a lot of my family's resources, a lot of empty promises over so many years, nothing panning out. When I told my husband I wanted to do this, right, I often share that we went down to Walmart and we bought a $37 Logitech webcam. But I don't always share the fact that he was like, you know what, babe, you have a 1-year ultimatum, right? I'm giving you 1 year, right, to prove that you can do this. I'm not making this up. If I were to call him in here right now, he would tell you the same thing, right? I'm giving you 1 year, right, to prove that you can do this. If 1 year, right, you don't get this thing going, you're going back to nursing school to further your nursing career. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. So I took his ultimatum not as a modern day woman. I took his ultimatum as a, you know what, he's right. And I really believe like that was exactly what I needed to get my butt into high gear and to finally decide to make something work. So I think it's so important I share that because for anyone that might know me, like you might only recall like the stuff that you know or that you've been acquainted to for X amount of time, right? But you don't know the failure Steph Perez, right? You don't know the empty promises. You don't know like everything that I went through prior to getting online, trying to be a successful entrepreneur or business owner, right? So my husband was well within his rights to say, you know what, right? Go ahead. You have a year, right? Figure out how to make this work. If you can't figure out how to make it work, right, then you're going back to nursing school. That's not what I wanted, right? And so instead of, you know, like I said, turning into the modern day woman and getting all sassy about it, right, I literally put my head down and I decided to do what I had to do, right, to get my business started, right, and to prove that I could make this work. So that 100-day to prosperity journey, right, it was a way for me to show up every single day. It gave me a reason to show up. No one had to give me a reason. I gave myself a reason, right? And the whole reason I did that is I wanted to prove to myself that I could actually do this. I wanted to prove, right, that as I was doing this, right, that in 100 days, I could go from being someone brand new to business to actually having remarkable results, right? That I could be in a different place, that my business could actually look different, that I could make money, that there would be some kind of progression, right? That's what I was looking for. And so while I was wanting to do that 100-day journey for myself, right, I went live with that 100-day journey in the way of doing videos every single day. And I introduced people on YouTube to my 100-day journey. And I told them why I was doing it. And literally every single day, write this down because this really is the sauce right here. All right, this is the sauce. Is that every single day, number one, I shared something that I was learning from that book and from my real world experience, right? I was sharing something that I was learning. I was letting them know who I was. I was letting them know what brought me here, right? I was letting them know where I was in my life at this time. And more importantly, I was letting them know where I was going, okay? And then to close it all out, I would always invite them, right, to come on this journey with me. And believe it or not, in my first 30 days, again, how I started my business super fast, in my first 30 days, by following that simple formula, I was able to make 28 sales. Okay, you heard what I said from the beginning, right? I decided to sell something. Okay, I decided to sell something. I didn't have the perfect setup. There was a lot of things I knew that I did not know. And I knew, you know what, this likely isn't going to be my forever product. Like I wasn't worried about, well, will I be promoting this, you know, a year from now? Like everything I teach now, which is the right way of business, right? Like thinking about your flows and things like that is absolutely the right way. Right? But I decided just to get out there. And it's like I shared earlier, not everything you promote is going to be your forever product or your forever service, right? But at some point, you got to friggin' decide to get out there and decide to begin to make something happen. You got to decide to start making some friggin' sales, right? And so I wanted to get started very fast. So I did the 100-day journey, all right? And every day, those are the things that I shared. Can you do that? Do you have the ability to do what I did for those 100 days? Because if you do, right, I believe hand on heart, you can make some money. If you really, really, number one, believe in what you're selling. I really, really believed in what I was selling, right, when I first got started. I really, really, really believed in that ebook, in the contents of that ebook. And I believed in where that ebook was setting us up to go, right? I believed it was a smart way to build your business online and to look at online business, and to look at lead generation, and to look at selling, right? It was teaching me things, and I just turned right back around and I began to share what I was learning, and I became an inspiration to other people. And so who did I begin to attract? I began to attract people that were a lot like me. They didn't like where they were in life, right? Maybe they too had failed in business. Maybe they too had a failed network marketing background. Maybe they too wanted to prove to themselves that they could finally, make entrepreneurship work for them, right? Essentially, they wanted to learn what I was learning, and they wanted to go where it was that I was going. Had I not had the guts to get out there and share those things with them, there is no way I would have been able to make 28 sales in my first 30 days. All right. So number 4, right? I decided I would make it. Write that down. Because I can bet you bottom dollar, right? If you don't feel like you're going fast enough, if you don't feel like things aren't materializing for you, you haven't decided you're going to make it, period. And that's what I have on my note. I decided I would make it. Period. I knew I was going to make this my new way of life. It didn't matter what I had to learn, what I had to overcome. It didn't matter what things looked like. I was going to make it, period. This was not a trial run. So while I had my husband's ultimatum, the ultimatum didn't mean anything to me, meaning I wasn't afraid of it. It wasn't like the clock is ticking down, right? And from 365, now it's 364. Now it's 300. Now it's 299. I never thought the clock was ticking down on me, because I showed up every single day to win. I showed up every single day to sell. I showed up every single day to make money. I showed up every single day to get better, right? The clock was never ticking down on me. His ultimatum was there, and it was a back against the moment for me, right? But I went to work. I didn't let it haunt me. Does that make sense? I didn't let it haunt me. I focused on what I had to do to make this work for me, period. All right. So again, super fast growth is when that's the only thing you'll accept, is super fast growth. When I look at my business and I'm like, I'm getting my business to a sale a day, right? $500 sale every single day. And then when I get that, it's going to be 2 $500 sales every single day. You understand that's the end of the discussion for me. I don't sit here trying to figure out how. Right? I don't sit here and figure out, well, there's 3 people live with me right now, so how is that ever going to add up, and how is it ever going to make sense? Right? I don't try to focus on what is directly in front of me and try to make what's in front of me make sense. Right? Because I understand seeing is not believing. I understand if we all relied upon what we can see, right, we would all be so limited. But would you agree that in our businesses, right, where we want to go, the majority of us, anyone that's thinking big, right? Anyone that ventures into business, you're venturing into business to achieve something you yet have achieved. So guess what? You've got to have belief, and you got to have faith, right? So if you don't make up your mind, you're going to make it, period, and then back it up with the action that's saying the same thing, because I know a lot of people that give lip service to that, but I look at their actions and I'm like, you're lying. You're not going to make it, because your actions don't say you're going to make it. Your actions don't say you believe you're going to make it. Your actions don't say you believe you're going to make a sale a day. Your actions don't say you believe that what you're selling, everyone should have. Your actions don't say you want to help people. Your actions say that you're going to do what you're going to do when you want to do it, right? And you'll figure out the rest later. That's what a lot of people's actions say. So I got my business started super fast because I decided I wanted to start my business super fast, period. And I knew a fraction of what I knew now. I was a fraction of how good I am now. But I've always had this inside of me. And much like I take action now, right? My girl Ty cracked me up. She's like, Steph, I'm going to do that thing you said you're going to do. She goes, I got a book that's coming out and I'm going to be she's like, what's that word you said? I said, annoying. She said, yeah, that's right. I said, yeah, right. I came in the gym and I said, the summer months, I'm going to get real annoying. And that was before I had this dope program that I'm working with now. That was before I just knew, right, that I was going to achieve something really big this summer. And that was before I even had this program, right? See, for me, a sale a day means that I've got to do what the majority of people won't do. That I've got to do what the majority of, can I step on toes? The majority of y'all won't do. That's what a sale a day means to me. That's what a super fast start means to me. That's what putting a real dent in my financial situation means to me. That's what taking my business from a sale a day, right, to $1,000 a day means to me. Is that for most people, it'll look like you're getting annoying. But on the flip side, what I know is that that's moved me closer to what I actually want. Y'all, that's the problem with so much of what's happening online, is that people are more worried about what it looks like versus doing what's going to get them what they actually want. Like, say amen, right, if you hear me. They're more worried about what it looks like. They're more worried about the past. Oh, I tried that before. I did that before. Do you know what it looks like? Or heck, do you even know what it feels like to truly put your head down and just go? Do you know what it feels like to say, I'm locked in on this outcome and it's the only outcome I will accept, and then backing it, right, with your effort, right, where you're not even contemplating anything else. Right? If you committed to a sale every single day inside of your business, what would that look like for you? Okay? What would that look like? If you're like, I am making a sale every single day inside of my business. Like, I'm serious. I'm making a sale every single day. And that was the only reality that you would accept. What would you showing up every single day look like? Might it be a little messy, probably imperfect? Right? But you would get the work in, right? Do you think that you would totally probably 10x what you're doing right now? Would there be any room for excuses? You need to give yourself a reason to show up every single day. Give yourself a reason to go hard every single day. And that's what I did in my very first 30 days, right? Is I gave myself that reason with my own 100-day to prosperity journey. Not realizing I would inspire so many people during those first initial days, weeks, and months in my business. Y'all, I got started in August 26th of 2007. August, September, October, November, 4 months. I had a community of 500 people. 4 months. I had a community of 500 people. So I'm telling you, right? Like, while this may seem like, oh, well, you didn't tell me anything new, but did I tell you something that you're not doing? Then it is new. It's not about something new. It's about what you're going to do. Write that down. It's not about something new. It's about what you're going to actually do. So how many times have you heard this? And you just haven't done because you're looking for, I know there's got to be the real tip in there, Steph. Like, I know there's something really you haven't shared with me yet. And I know that's really the thing. Right? That's like the mystery behind your success. It's really the mystery behind 28 sales in your first 30 days. It's the mystery behind your Midas touch. No, the mystery behind my Midas touch, right, is that I decide what I want, and that's the only reality that I entertain from then moving forward. And it is a practice. It absolutely is a practice. But would you agree that if you don't have all that you desire in your business right now, if you're not getting all the results that you want in your business right now, that whatever has gotten you there is a practice as well? By deciding not to do this, you're still deciding to do something. And whatever that default decision is, it's still giving you what you decided on. Deep. So if you know decisions are being made anyways and outcomes are being had anyways, wouldn't you rather be in control of the decision that's being made, which then puts you in control of the outcome as well? I don't know, like it seems like a no-brainer, right? And maybe you've never heard it put that way, but now that you have heard it put that way and it's making sense to you, now what do you do with the information? One word comes to mind, right, when I think about outcomes in my business, and it's intentional. It's intentional. I get intentional about what I want. I get intentional about the outcome. I get intentional about my revenue goal. I get intentional about my vision. I intentionally block out what I see in front of me right now. And I get intentional, right, about the outcome that I know is waiting for me. Number 5, I committed to growth. And I think I have one bonus thing here that I wrote down for y'all. Number 5, I committed to growth. I don't know a whole lot of people that really commit to growth. Can I just be honest and real? I wish I didn't have to say that, but it's the truth. I committed to growth. Why did I commit to growth? Because literally there was so much that I didn't know, but I committed to learning. So on step number 1, when I said I decided to sell something, okay, I want you to write that down right now. Okay, what are you going to sell? Okay, what are you going to sell? Okay, and I hope it's not, don't decide like I did because I didn't know better back then. You have me now. Decide to make it significant. Decide to make it where when you make a sale, you're like, I can do some things. All right, I can do some things. Okay, and the bonus I have behind here is going to help you understand why. All right. All right. So number 1, I decided to sell something. Decide to sell something. All right. And I want you to understand something. A lot of times in business, we do get caught up in like the bigger picture of like the funnels and, you know, having an opt-in offer and then having the thing you sell on the thank you page and then having your email autoresponder series and then the core offer. And we get caught up in all of those things. But seriously, right? You've got to decide to show up. Like, that's great. We do have those things working for us in the background. All right. But you still got to show up every single day selling something. And I'll talk about this in just a moment. I'll stick to this. All right. I'll bring it all home with that. So decide to sell something. All right. So when I said number 5, I committed to growth. The reason I had to commit to growth was because about day 45 into my journey, right, I started getting wake-up calls, like people coming to me telling me that I needed things in my business. Right, Steph, you're sending all of your people to a sales page. What are you doing with people that don't buy? You have no follow-up mechanisms or processes in place. You need a capture page. You need to build an email list. I didn't know what any of those things were. And so I went out there, I researched, and within a week, I got those things set up. I had to commit to growth because I grassrooted my business, right? Like, it was totally grassroots. I just started getting out there selling. This is what I'm selling. This is what I'm selling. This is what I'm selling. I didn't have a process or a system around it. And so as I learned about processes and I learned about systems, right, I went out there and I started setting those things up. Not once did I say, oh my gosh, there's more. Oh my gosh, what? I got to do that too? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh my gosh, it seems like so much. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to get there. I just committed to growth. Because again, what was number 4? I decided I would make it. I've never had a successful online business before. I didn't know what deciding to make it really meant outside of I was deciding to make it. But if I made a decision that I was going to make it, period, it also meant I understood it didn't matter what I didn't know, what I knew, what I had to overcome, what I had to learn. I was here for it. I was entirely here for it. Y'all, there's some of you, right? You make a $47 investment, right? And you try to drain everything out of that $47 investment. You've convinced yourself that until something happens in a certain way, you won't invest any more into your business, but then you don't take radical action to actually make sales and make money. And so your business never goes anywhere. You put so many stipulations on your growth, so many stipulations. And all I knew is, number 1, I decided I would make it. I never put stipulations on. Not once did I put a stipulation on my business. My husband gave me that 1-year ultimatum. I heard him. I tapped my helmet, right? But then guess what? It was just all systems a go. I wasn't counting those days down. I decided I was going to make it. There were no stipulations. There was no stipulations on what I would invest in my business. There was no stipulations on, how much time I would dedicate. There was no stipulations on what I would give or what I was going to learn and not learn. There was no stipulations. So I did commit to growth because there was a lot of things I did not know. And if I was going to be successful at this, at some point, I was going to have to learn them. And so I decided to learn them as they were brought to my attention. I didn't put them on the back burner and say, I'll learn them later. I decided to learn them, and I learned them within days of knowing that I should learn about them and I should set them up. All right. So how did I get how did I start my online business super fast? I was super fast with everything that I did, super fast with my decisions, super fast with taking action, right? Super fast. I was like moving so fast. I didn't have time to contemplate what I didn't know. I didn't have time to woe is me. I didn't have time to have all of these excuses that a lot of people like to use. I didn't have time for any of that. I was moving too fast, right? Momentum doesn't have time for that. You can't create momentum and excuses at the same time. You can't decide, right, to do something fast and then decide that you're going to go slow as well because of excuses. You can't decide to do things on your own terms. And y'all, some of y'all know exactly what I mean by that. You can't decide to do things on your own terms and then decide you're going to go fast at the same time as well. Because sometimes fast means messy. Sometimes fast means a little chaotic. Sometimes fast means, maybe I should have did it that way. But all I know is 28 sales in my first 30 days because I just simply made the decision, right, that I wanted to go fast. I wanted fast results because I needed to prove to myself that I could do this. And then the bonus tip for y'all. Okay? When you're thinking of that one thing you want to sell, because I understand that's going to be how you move super fast, is by locking in on what you're going to sell every single day, multiple times a day. All right. Today I sent out, because today was like the last day of me giving bonus one-on-one coaching sessions for anyone that joined me in my turnkey digital business development program. And I probably sent out I sent out a couple of emails for sure about it. I sent out a couple of emails yesterday about it as well, right? I've created several videos and I've gone live several times, right, about what it is that I'm doing. I probably have done more activity in 2 days than most people do a whole month in their business. Why? Because I'm just committed to the outcome. I don't care who unsubscribes. I don't care who thinks I'm extra. I don't care who I'm annoying. They're not going to do business with me anyways. They're not, write this down, y'all. When people unsubscribe, when people make their mind up that you're annoying, they block you out and all these things, they were never going to do business with you anyway. You understand that, right? It's not because you sent one extra email that they're deciding not to do business with you. They were not going to do business with you anyways. So to sit here and worry about, right, who you might offend, right, because you're working your business, because you understand that's all that it is. You're working your business. You're not doing anything offensive. If people are offended, it's because they're in their feelings. They want to feel some way about it. See, that's putting your big girl, your big boy pants on. When you realize, but I'm only building my business. I'm only doing what a business does. Heck, let me see. Let's play for a second. Let me go to my email inbox and let me type in bath. Let's see how many emails Bath and Body Works sent me today. Bath and Body. All right, so here we go. They sent out, let me see, 2 emails today. Yesterday was the 19th. I received 1, 2, 3 emails yesterday, 2 emails on the 18th, 2 emails on the 17th. Some days I've gotten 4 emails from them. That's putting your big girl, big boy pants on. It's just running your business. That's all that it is, right? If I decided that I wanted to unsubscribe, I'm not going to buy from them anyways. You realize that, right? Okay. So we think about what it is that you're selling. Okay, I want you to think about what that thing is you're going to sell. Because if you're going to follow my path to starting your business fast, or deciding that from today moving forward, right, that it's only all gas, no brakes. If you're I don't care how long you've been in business, how long you've been fiddling around, how long you've been figuring things out, how long you've been doing whatever you call what you've been doing is. I don't care how long. All right. If you're going to follow this process, you got to decide to sell something. All right. What I sell pays me $500 every single time I make a sale. Significant. Right? The way that I look at it, this is a $15,000 to $3,000 to $30,000 a month opportunity front end for me. That's what I'm building to. 1 sale to 2 sales a day. That's what I'm building to. That's what I see. That's what I'm locked in on. That's the opportunity, right, that I have in my hands. What's the opportunity you have in your hands? You got to get solid on it, right? You got to get solid on what you're waking up every single day and selling, period. Okay? Here's the thing. Okay, major tip that I didn't know when I first got started, okay, is that most people won't be volume producers. Please write this down, okay? Most people won't be volume producers. And so without going too deep, I do want to leave this caveat, all right? That $5 ebook that I sold was the front end of a much longer business system. So I bought the $5 ebook, and then the $5 ebook would stair step me into positioning into other opportunities that allow me to make more money, right? Into resources and tools and instant income opportunities. And so a $5 ebook, right, could lead into someone, paying me, hundreds of dollars in a short period of time. All right. So unless you have that kind of business model, deciding to just go create an ebook, right, for a couple of bucks and deciding that's going to be what you sell every single day, or affiliate offer, of $20 or $5 or whatever, right, with no built-in system on the back, meaning where a $20 ebook or a $20 book or $5 whatever could end up meaning several hundreds of dollars fairly quickly in your business, right, in a short period of time. It's going to be really hard to begin to gain the momentum to keep your excitement. Just being real. Why? Because if let's just say you had a $100 product. All right. And there's nothing wrong. I just don't think enough people are educated on this. All right. Let's say you have a $100 product, and I'm no judge of this. All right. But what would be a meaningful financial month for you? And then just ask yourself, well, how many of those do I have to sell? Because I don't know what everyone's individual goals are. A meaningful month for me out of $100 is just too many $100 sales. I'm just being honest, right? And I'm not a volume producer either. That's why I can speak to that. I'm not one of these liars out there that's like telling you, oh, I make, 50 gazillion sales a day. No, I'm not a volume producer, right? And so I've come to grips with what I know and how I know I need to sell in my business to get what it is that I know I need. So I'm showing up for people that are pretty much just like me. So being that I know the majority of people are not volume producers, all right, I want you to decide to offer something of significant value. That's first, okay? Don't just go out there selling some crap to make a bunch of money. No, okay? We want to build something for the long term, all right? So make sure there's significant value where you're leaving people better, and people are way better because they invested the money with you to get this thing. Right? So like, I know when someone exchanges $500 for my program, they are better, right? Because there is so much more that they get out of it, right? Than the $500. It is more than a fair exchange. And I can say that about anything, right, that I could pull from my portfolio and decide to offer. It is more than a fair exchange. All right. So offer something of significant value, right? And price point up front. Because that will get you excited knowing, all right, I'm getting my Steph Perez on. I'm getting up. And I say that because over the years, I've heard so many people say that. I'm getting my Steph Perez on, right? I'm getting up, right? I'm getting my videos in. I'm getting my live streams in. I'm building my email list. I'm getting my emails in. Like, you're taking the actions. I'm creating my reels. I'm creating my shorts. And it's like, if you've committed to, I'm going to make a sale a day. That's all I'm available for. That's all that I see. Like, that's what I'm here for. A sale a day, right? Right? 500 bucks, 250, $1,000, like whatever your price point is. All right. I can't explain the feeling of knowing that I'm waking up to, at a minimum, 500 bucks a day. Like, that's how I approach my days. It's not, I hope to make a sale. It's not the person that told me yesterday they were going to buy. I hope I wake up and they actually bought. I don't worry about none of that. I wake up, right? And the only thing my mind is on is it's a $500 day. And because I set my mind that way, and that's all that I'm available for, I have nothing left to do, right? But to put the work in, right? Required to have a $500 day. Now think about what that looks like after 30 days. If you're committed to the work, what does that look like after 30 days? How many videos, how many live streams, how many email communications, how many call to actions did you give in 30 days? Do you not think that day after day, regardless if you actually made a sale a day, is your business better? Does the potential for growth, does the potential for the sale not excite you all by itself? In 2007, in my first 30 days, those are the thoughts I remember having. I was like, every single day I'm doing a video. I'm on this 100-day to prosperity journey. I know after 100 days, like, I'm going to be made better. I'm going to have growth. I'm going to have progression. Like, my business is going to be on the map. I expected to see results. I expected to make sales, right? And every single day I laid down a new video. Right? I knew I was sowing yet more seeds into my growth. And now the way that I know to look at things, right, is the fact I wake up every single day knowing it's going to be a $500 day. That is all that I'm available for. I am making a sale today. Therefore, I put in the work of someone that's making a sale today. Does that make sense? That's how you decide to do anything super fast. You do something, you want something super fast, you do it super fast. If you're late for work, right, what do? Right? And you know you got to make it there. Guess what? You make it there super fast. You make the decision to go faster than you likely would have gone because you need to get there fast. Our business is no different. You decide on what you want, and then you act accordingly. Right? Then you act accordingly. All right. Let me know if you're live. If you do have any questions, use the live chat. If you have any questions that can help you with as it pertains to this. All right. I'm going to go through just one more time. I'm just going to highlight, right, what the 5 things are, all right, that I did, right, to get my online business started super fast. All right. If you want to learn more about the platform that I'm using, it's a digital business learn and earn program. It's going to help you learn digital business, digital marketing. It's going to help you learn how to make money online. It's going to help you learn how to get your business set up. It's going to help you learn the various platforms, right, on how to market online. It's going to help you learn content marketing, learn SEO, learn how to do email. It's going to help you learn all aspects of building a digital business online. It's going to help you grow your digital business skills because we know skills pay the bills. And it's going to give you a license to be able to resell the course as your own. So instead of feeling like you have to go out there and create a course, all right, you are being given something to sell, right? So if you like the idea of $500 days, right, creating $500 sales inside of your business, again, creating an exchange that's very, very worthwhile, helping other people learn digital business as well, right? First link down below in the description, right, will plug you in. And we'll give you all the details on how you can take advantage, right, of this opportunity with me. All right. I'm telling you, skills paid the bills. I did a video and a live stream yesterday. I did the live stream yesterday and I uploaded the video today. So you can go back to my channel and I broke down, right? Like the 10 reasons, right? Or the 10 advantages of this actual program, like what it actually gives you and how it helps you make money and actually helps you make more money. All right. So how I started my online business fast. Number one, I decided to sell something, right? So I made my mind up over what I was going to sell. Number two, right? I got the necessary tools. Okay. What was going to help me begin my selling journey? I needed a webcam. I had a laptop and I started a YouTube channel. That's it. That's it. And I got out there every single day and I began to sell. Okay. I already broke down the formula of what I would say every single day, but I sold every single day. All right. Number three, I gave myself a reason to show up. So I was on a 100-day to prosperity journey. That was my reason for showing up, because I wanted to prove to myself that in 100 days, right, that I could see measurable progression, that I could go from being a newbie to being someone who knew what the heck they were doing. And I did that. All right. So that excuse helped me to show up every single day and to build my business fast, to get myself out there fast, to build my brand fast, and to make 28 sales in my first 30 days, right? That's freaky fast. Most people are not doing that in their business, right? To do that now for a lot of people, they have to go run ads. Why? Because they just won't do what I did in my first 30 days. That's just real talk. Most won't do what I did in my first 30 days. And it's not about the times being different. I truly believe that someone really had this in them and they didn't look at these as just steps, but these things became a knowing where they're like, I'm going to do this for myself. Like I see myself having this kind of fast, explosive growth and success. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this my own. I believe that someone still could do this to this day, right? And have measurable results without a doubt. All right. So I gave myself something to show up to. That's number three. Number four, I decided that I would make it, period. I did not give myself stipulations. I didn't try something. I didn't dip my toe in the water. I didn't give myself 90 days. I didn't say I'll try this, and if this doesn't work, then I'll try that. I just did what I knew to do that was in front of me. I knew that I would make it, period. It didn't need to look a certain way. None of those things. I knew that I would make it. Therefore, I showed up every single day knowing that I would make it. That part right there is everything. I showed up every single day. I watch people do things in their business where it's like you're doing things that have no impact on you making money. You're not truly getting in front of people that have the opportunity to buy. You're taking like the scaredy cat route. You're not showing up. You're not embracing growth. You're not embracing growing like your channels or your accounts, right? You're playing so small and there's no growth in small. Like you gotta have faith, right? That the people are out there that desire what you have to offer, right? And that you're the person that they're going to buy from. And you got to show up, right, with that knowing. And even as I was brand new in 2007, like that's how I felt. I felt like it was impossible to fail if I just did what I committed to doing. How can I show up for 100 days and fail? Like that thought was just impossible. But see, I didn't say, how can I show up for 100 days? Right? And not succeed and then do a video or show up every now and then. I wasn't on fire one day and then disappearing for a week or two. You can go ahead and say, ouch. But that's what I see. That's why I feel so compelled to want to share these kind of messages more, because I know it does not work. Not especially in the day and age that we're in right now. That does not work. You can't be a now and again marketer. And that's what all of us are, no matter how you look at it. I don't care what your area of expertise is. If you're creating content, doing videos, showing up, and sales don't happen unless you produce them, you are the marketer. You cannot be an on-again, off-again marketer. You can't. It does not work. And then number five, I committed to growth. So sure, there were a lot of things I didn't know. Sure. But in my first 30 days, even without knowing a whole lot of things, I still made 28 sales. I still acquired 28 customers. Yo, that's huge. Because those 28 customers in the matter of 4 months would go on to give me 500 people in my community. And they'd be a lot of money, right? From the way that my business was set up. And then when I added on more products and more services, right? those people bought as well. It laid my foundation. All right, it laid my foundation. So it's not about what you don't know right now. You can still take action based upon what you know. Just follow these 5 steps. Just follow these 5 steps. You guys, I've had so many people over the years that they hear my idea of a 100-day to prosperity journey. And for some reason, I think they think it's just an idea. They think it's something I just said I would do. They don't think that I really did it. And so I have a lot of people that are like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. And they start it. Most don't even make it 30 days. You see, like, it's not a mystery for why people struggle. It's not a mystery. Like, I can come into someone's business and tell them exactly why they are making it harder than it needs to be. Why they are producing, right, the lack of results that they are producing. All I got to do is just, again, look at what they're doing. All right. And then remember the bonus tip, the major tip, most won't be volume producers, right? And so give yourself something of significant value as well as price point where when you make a sale, you do feel excited, but you also feel so good knowing, right, that you gave someone something or you exchanged with someone something of significant value where you know they are being made better as well. All right. Decide to do good business. That's really what I'm saying when it comes to this. Right. But also realize that you are in business. And if you're going to sell a $5 thing or a $20 thing, right, and you don't have the ability, number one, to sell a ton of them in a single day, or you don't have a system set up where a $20 or a $5 customer, right, doesn't move into, right, sowing hundreds of dollars into your business in a very, very short span of time, just know that you might just have a longer build. It's not saying that your product is wrong or your offer is wrong, right? But you still do have a choice. And in 2007, had I really, really understood this, right, I wouldn't have made the excuse that I didn't have the money, right? I would have said, you know what, I'm going to work hard anyways. Let me position myself just a little bit better, right? Let me position myself just a little bit better. And I loved what I was a part of in 2007 when I got started. It was just a very slow build. That's all. It was a very, very slow build, right? And so again, those are my lessons learned, right? That's my story. That's my journey, right? And I'm sticking to it. So I really, really hope that this could inspire you. I think oftentimes we see people's like, year 16, right? And sometimes we forget that they did have beginnings, right? And I just hope that, my beginnings can be one of those non-cliche beginnings where it's not like I was sleeping in my mom's basement, right? No, I was pretty broke though. Like to be where we were as far as like both being nurses, like money could have been a lot better, right? But I didn't let any of those things stop me when I got started, right? Again, I simply decided. I saw some people doing something that I wanted to do and I simply decided, right, that I was going to get my share as well. And I'm still showing up to this very day, right? Helping more and more women realize that your share is out there if you want it, right? You just got to decide, right, to do the work. You just got to decide. You just got to decide. And for the majority, they don't decide, right? Don't let that be you, all right? So I really hope that you are leaving better than when you came. Again, if you want to learn more about my digital business development learn and earn program, right, that's going to help you get really, really boss at your digital marketing skills because skills do pay the bills, right? And you want a really great opportunity to be able to help people learn digital marketing and pocket $500 instantly direct to your bank account, right? No affiliate program, no waiting for the money, right? It's like you creating a course and then selling it. But in this instance, you don't have to create the course. It's already created and you get the license to actually sell it to others and create $500 paydays for yourself. All right. So you can find the first link down below in my description to learn more about that. All right. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe. Make sure you do click on notifications because like I said, right, I'm packing out my channel, right, with tons of content to inspire you, to empower you, right, and to help you get what you want, right, out of your online business sooner versus later. I want to help you over these next 30, 60, and 90 days. I want to help you make it a hot summer. Right? I want to help you like change the direction of your business very, very rapidly. And for those things to happen, right? Like we got to focus right here. We got to focus right here and we got to dial in and we got to decide to accept a new reality, right? And then get after it as if we have accepted that new reality, period. Period. That's it. Right? That's it. So the help is down there if you would like to explore help from me, right? And doing what it is that I am doing, right? To create, a significant outcome and change inside of my own business. Would love to help you, would, love to see you on this journey as well, and would love to celebrate your success. So I hope you're leaving better than when you came. It's not about what you consume, it's what you take action on, right? So I really hope that you're walking away with something that you can begin to put into action and into practice inside of your business so that you can begin progressing and moving your business further ahead. Where will you be in 100 days? Right? Where will you be in 100 days? Will you give yourself something to show up for and to show up to every single day as the reason for why you do more inside of your business? All right. It's your girl, Steph Perez. Have a fantastic evening, and I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow.